No, it's not Black Friday, but folks are lining up for deals on socks. Just by filling up your tank, you can help raise money for breast cancer research. After a counterfeit $100 bill was found in Austin earlier this week, police are reminding people to keep their eyes open and, of course, check their change.
Friday's announcement that Hy-Vee is looking to build a distribution center on Austin's far west side was good news for many, but as ABC 6 News reporter Logan Reigstad tells us, not everyone was happy to see the project. Logan?
That's right. At tonight's City Council meeting, neighbors expressed their concerns about the project and what impact it could potentially have on their homes.
I guess my biggest concern is for the greater good. I'm not denying it's a benefit to Austin, but what about those of us that are directly impacted that live right there?
Neighbors sounding off on the impacts they say a proposed Hy-Vee distribution center would bring near their homes.
How many trucks, what time of day, the noise, the extra traffic, safety concerns, not to mention, I've talked to a couple of appraisers and they've already told me, yeah, you're going to severely take a hit in your property values.
The infrastructure is never in place, never in the plan prior to entertaining a project like this. And so now it's too little planning, too late, and these people are going to bear the brunt of this.
The proposed 1 million square foot plus facility would be located on farmland west of Interstate 90 on Oakland Avenue, land that was just annexed into the city in the past few weeks. A Hy-Vee representative said the company looked at sites in multiple states, including in Albert Lea, before choosing Austin.
They were all good opportunities. There's a number of things that play into a decision such as this, and you know, at the end of the day, Austin came to the top.
Mayor Tom Steen, a proponent of the project, said the company considered several locations in the city, but found only one that fits their needs.
This project is extremely site-specific. We lose the site, and there's a probability that the whole project wouldn't happen.
Now, Minnesota state law requires an environmental impact study be done on a project of this size, and that could theoretically be done as soon as August 2018, and Hy-Vee has said they hope to begin construction sometime in 2019.
I've always liked to dance. My husband and I always like to dance.
And dancing is something anyone who knows Millie Seaver will tell you she's quite good at.
Yeah, always dancing, and at her 90th birthday party, we were out dancing because I love to dance too.
But it was her unusual choice of dance partner, Austin Police Sergeant Kim Lenz, that's the talk of the town. When Sergeant Lenz saw Millie dancing in this parking lot, she pulled up her squad car, turned on the radio, got out, and started dancing along. The video was caught on the sergeant's dash cam and posted on the department's Facebook page on Thursday. Since then, it's raked in more than 21,000 views.
My sister Terry had shared it, and I saw it there. And so then I went on there and looked at it, and then of course I shared it and read all the posts, and all the cousins wrote stuff.
I don't know, I was just so amazed, I was just shocked. I didn't think it'd go any further than that. Probably a little bit proud, I suppose, the fact that it drew the attention that I'm able to do. That's what I do.
Even more amazing, Millie is 92 years young. And at 92, she's proving age is just a number and hoping more people will join her on the dance floor.
I'd like to see more people be more active out walking and things like that.
In Austin, Logan Reigstad, ABC 6 News.
Move our chairs out. Let's just run it with dialogue.
Inside this room, the new Cedar Summer Stock Theater Company is preparing for the curtain to rise on their upcoming production of The Music Man. A group of young talent breathing new life into the halls of an old building.
The students we're bringing in are from all over the country. They're coming from very reputable BFA programs for performing arts.
From Rhode Island to just down the street, they're bringing the arts to rural Iowa.
Most of them don't realize how big of a deal it is, I think, and so when I tell them, like, they're from all over the country and they do audition and all this stuff, they're like, whoa, so this is actually a big deal, and I'm like, yeah, it is.
Maggie Steele is a student at St. Ansgar High, hoping to one day study musical theater, and being a part of a high-caliber performance so close to home is something she didn't expect to happen.
It's an amazing opportunity, especially because it's such a small town, and acting and performing just isn't a big thing here, and so this is a huge deal for me.
While also helping establish the group in the community.
I'm just really overwhelmed by the kindness and the generosity and how much support I feel this company is getting from the community here. And that's, I think, what's gonna make it last, and what makes it important is that it's not just come see our show, it's also a give and take. It's a community building experience.
People have seen, they go, this is amazing theater. It's really high quality.
It's a sound that's hard to forget. The sound of a World War II bomber overhead.
Yeah, it's been many years since 1942. The last time I flew with a B-25.
But on Saturday, nearly 75 years later, Ted Lyric is back on board.
Iwo Jima, Okinawa, Guam, Saipan, Tinian.
Getting another ride on one of the planes he kept running for 4 years.
Good.
Ted's journey on Miss Mitchell is part of the Minnesota Commemorative Air Force's Living History Flight Experience, letting people see what it's like to be up in the air, inside a piece of history.
It's indescribable. It's just an honor to be able to do this and to have a small glimpse of what these people sacrificed for our country.
Jonica Bolduc has been flying these planes for 10 years, and though he was never in the Air Force himself, he loves being able to give back to those who served.
These were 19-year-old kids who had never left the small town they grew up in. They found themselves halfway around the world, sleeping in tents. It was 100 degrees at night, getting shot at every day.
But for Ted, as the world changes, some things remain the same.
Just like old times, except the guns will be silent.
In Rochester, Logan Reigstad, ABC 6 News.
An Albert Lee veteran is home tonight after the experience of a lifetime, taking a trip to our nation's capital. ABC 6 News reporter Logan Reigstad has more on his journey.
Military service runs in Charles Kozelski's family.
I was drafted in well, let's see, I think it was June of '43.
And during World War II, he joined the Army Corps of Engineers, stationed for nearly a year and a half in Guadalcanal in the Pacific, repairing tractors and other equipment U.S. forces used to slowly advance on Japan. After the war, Charles returned home to Illinois, but due to family issues, he wasn't able to get his uniform or other memories from the war, which made the chance to go to Washington to see the memorials dedicated to him and his fellow service members that much more special. So, what did you first think when you heard that there was the possibility for you to go on this honor flight here this weekend?
Oh, I was pretty excited. I would like to see that, really. I was going to really enjoy that.
More than 70 years after the fighting stopped.
It'll be something to see, you know. That's about all I can say, you know. I'm really looking forward to going here, you know.
Saturday, Charles, his son Tim, and daughter-in-law Susan boarded a flight for his first trip to the nation's capital.
Very touching, you know. You see all these people over there looking, you know, and taking pictures, you know. And
an emotional journey, but one filled with new memories.
For our veterans, there is a special bond between people and the vets that we're supporting them whenever we can.
His journey was part of the Twin Cities Honor Flight, helping veterans who otherwise might not have the ability or the means take a one-day trip to Washington to see the memorials dedicated to their service.
Everybody really wanted us to have a good time out there, you know.
A journey and an experience he will never forget.
I'm glad that everything is the way it is, and that people really love this country the way they do.
Reporting in Albert Lee, Logan Reigstad, ABC 6 News.